Hey guys, welcome back to episode 27 of our Tekkit Lite playthrough. And today, I am going to be working on something that's probably more along lines as a playthrough part. You know, this is kind of like a playthrough in some aspects. And a lot of you guys are learning from it. Some of you guys are just watching it for entertainment. Some of you guys are watching it probably to go, hey Bentley, you're doing it wrong again. And I completely understand, and that's quite alright. Today I'm actually going to be working on something that's probably more or less for kind of like a playthrough, just for aesthetic reasons more or less, not really for any purpose. And it is making a water pump. I'm going to kind of make a water pump close to the lava facility. It makes sense because there's a whole lot of lava. Don't want to start any fires, and let's go ahead and get started for today. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to show you guys basically what I've done since the last episode. Really not a whole lot. We always do this, it seems, at the beginning of every episode now. And you'll notice it right off the bat. It's right there. Take a look. It looks like a giant cauldron. And yes, I am going to more likely be using my jetpack with my quantum suit leggings and my boots. It allows me to jump fast, run far, and kind of glide more or less. Now, once we get our modular suit installed, when we update soon, hopefully, I'm hoping to try something that might get it to work for me and increase my FPS with Optifine. And someone was so gracious, if I can remember the person, I'll try to put an image or something. Someone said something about their 64-bit, I think it was actually Button Pusher, said something about the 64-bit version of the texture pack has been completed for Sphax and Tekkit Lite, so I will take a look at that and see if that'll help out as well. But anyways, I just went ahead and made this nice little building around our rubber tree area, rubber tree farm. Now, this little guy has had some issues, and I've actually thought of some ways to actually fix it to pretty much allow it enough fertilizer, or basically enough scrap to allow it to make enough fertilizer that it needs. And we're going to be working on this a little bit later, but not today. So you can see that's basically all it's waiting on, is just some scrap. You know, I could feed it some dirt blocks to make it some scrap. And actually, why am I not getting power? It's daylight. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, well, nonetheless, it was working a little while ago. So why aren't you working now? I went ahead and made up another 2 low voltage solar arrays here, and this seems to be enough to actually power it, but right now it's making me into a fool, it seems, for not wanting to work. Now, why are you doing that? Is it because you have something to do with it? No. I don't know why the scrap is not working. It's like it's not even receiving power, like it actually was cut off somehow. Alright, nonetheless, I'll leave this open so I can come take a look at this later on, but for now we need to get started on what we're going to do today. Now, what I plan on doing is finally something to do with this area over here. As you can see, we've been having this big giant quarry hole in our way, more or less, ever since pretty much the beginning of the series, and I'm ready to get it out of the way. And what I'm thinking about doing is, I'll kind of briefly explain it. We're going to kind of fill the layer of grass on top of this, just to make it look nice. I want to get rid of the stone, and then I'm going to leave this hole. I'm going to try and cut through the hole again, and we're going to make a large tank in here. We're going to fill it full of water, and then on top of this we're going to make a water tower, and to the side of that we're going to have a water building that's going to manage water flow, and we could pretty much distribute it from there. So let me go ahead and get started doing that. I went ahead and marked some corners off here. Let's see if I can actually, it's showing it's selected. Hopefully it still is. And we're going to just grab our filler real quick. I know some of you guys want to see this, some of you guys don't really care to, and I apologize if you guys don't particularly want to see this. But let's see, let's grab this and this. I think that should be everything. Oh, we're gonna need some glass. Ew, I need 9 glass. Crud. I wonder if I could do it like this. Hold on. Guess not. Oh, there we go. I guess I can. Alright, so let me go ahead and fill this in with everything I need. come down here real fast and grab us a stupid door, piece of glass, because I need 9. Must have dropped a piece of glass or something. My bad, my bad. There we go. So that's all filled in. Now let's go ahead and hook this guy up and turn it on. It's going to go ahead and clear us out a nice little path, starting down at the far end. And I basically went ahead and made us up a whole bunch of grass blocks. And the way I did that was basically taking cobblestone and combining it with aluminium stone, and that gives us grass blocks. So we're going to be using that to fill this in just a second. So now it's done. We're going to grab our bricks. We should be able to just shift click all this out. And I'm just going to use my, the walls pattern looking thing. It'll do the same thing. It doesn't really need to be the 3D area, more or less. It can just be flat like that and it'll still work. And I'm just going to throw some grass blocks in there. Hopefully we got enough. Might not. Let's see. Yeah, I'm probably not going to have enough. Yeah. Alright. Oh, great. Look, now it's raining. Actually, I think I have rain turned off, so it's going to, yep. I went ahead and turned rain off. It helps with FPS and other stuff like that, so there's an option in Optifine that allows me to turn that off. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 stacks of cobblestone. And I'm going to try and guess a way of making an infinite amount of cobblestone soon. And that's how we're going to be running our scrap machine over there. That's me making solar panels there earlier. Alright, so we're just going to take our aluminium stone, put it in there. This is basically what I did to get our grass. Oh. I was going to fill it in. I'm not even thinking. That's basically what I did. And just shift click that back up there. Shift click that out. Shift that. There we go. Just, pretty much just like that. That aluminium stone's about had it. So let's go ahead and go finish filling up this filler. Come on, let me out. Well, we can have some nice green grass up here. There you go. Get back to work. Oh, sorry guys. I have my sound turned way down. There we go. That should help. Now you guys should be able to hear a little bit better. Alright, there we go. So that should be all nice and filled in. I'll touch up the edges later on and all this myself. So I'll grab this. I'll go ahead and bust this guy up. Get all this. Alright, so that's taken care of. Now I need to come over here and kind of poke through the edges here. That's the best way to do this. Probably using the mining laser would probably be the best thing. Alright, so that's the edge there. Oops, didn't mean to take you out. Alright, so this is probably going to take a few minutes. So basically, I'm going to go ahead and explain what I'm going to do real quick because I don't want to overdo our video here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recut out the hole that was initially here. I want the grass right here just for kind of the aesthetic decorative block. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut open this again and I'm going to mark down just maybe about halfway down or maybe a third of the way down from the top with landmarks. I'm going to fill it in with the walls with stone, and that's going to be our tank. We're going to be pumping water in that. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and once I'm done with that, I'll be right back. So hold on 1 second. Alright, so I got that done, and now I'm back and grabbed some materials. And what we're going to be making is we can actually make this pump, which is actually what we're using to pump the lava out of the nether currently. But there's also this pump, and this pump is a blue electric pump. And plump. It's very plump for the pump. It's a blue electric pump. We're going to try to make this guy up real quick. So I got some materials made up, and let's go ahead and get it together. So I'm going to need some iron. Let's go ahead and grab all this iron. We're going to need probably a couple of these blue alloy ingots. We're going to need some copper, so I'm going to grab half a stack of you, my friend. I'm going to grab some nickelite, because I'm having a feeling I might need some of that as well. Alright, so that's where he's making all that good stuff in there. My eyes browsing and I'm not seeing. There's a few things I want to try and find. Now, I did make up some brass ingots, and this is basically how you make up brass. You make yourself an alloy furnace, which is just basically bricks in the outside edge of the crafting square, and that makes you an alloy furnace. Just power it with coal, and just throw some tin and copper in here, and you're going to get some brass. But I'm going to pull that out, because I think a stack of brass is probably more than enough than what we need. So let's see. I'm looking for sand and coal, I guess. I'm gonna have to go grab some. I was looking to see if I need the bull, but it looks like I'm probably gonna have to make some. So let's go ahead and grab some coal. Oh, well, I mean, I got a silicon wafer right there, and these are the guys I want, these blue doped wafers. I should be able to make some sand. No. What's the arrangement for sand? I think it's just basically putting it in there, but let's see. So let's just okay, so it's just basically from cobble to grass, and then from that to sand. Actually, why am I grabbing all that? Why am I doing? I have sand right here, Bentley. Duh. Like, jeez. It's basically because I was just using cobble. I'm trying to just have cobble on the brain here. Alright, so that's going to make up a silicon bowl. Now, what we're going to be doing real quick is we're going to grab our... Where's it at? It's around here somewhere. I know it is. That's our diamond draw plate. Where's it at? I need it. I needs it. I knows I got one, and I knows... There it is. Alright, so we got our diamond draw plate. Now I'm going to take this diamond draw plate. We're going to combine it with this copper. This is going to give us fine copper wire. I'm going to go ahead and make up... Actually, let's go ahead and make up half a stack of fine copper wire. So we don't have to make any more later on. We're also going to make up some... Let's get the minium stone out of here. Let's go ahead and make up some iron bars. We're going to need some of those guys. Let's go ahead and go back to our pump, PUMP, and see what all we need for this blue electric motor. So basically, not too bad. Just put these guys in the corners like so, these guys as well. Iron in the center, and that's going to give us copper coils. I'm just going to make up quite a few of these because these blue electric motors here, they are actually going to be useful later on, so I'm going to make sure I make up a couple extras as well. And we'll just grab a couple more pieces of blue alloy ingots, yeah. Throw those guys in there as well. And probably going to have to grab some more iron, so... Let's see, let's just do that. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like I got enough. Awesome, so we got blue electric motors. We're going to need some fluid pipes. Those aren't too bad to make. Looks like we're just going to do it like this. We're going to need some glass out of here. Thank you, friend. Place him in the center, and then we go fluid pipes. I'm going to make up... Yeah, I think that'll be enough for now. I think 32 will be enough for now. And we'll just have to grab one more blue alloy ingot. Place him at the bottom. Blue electric motor there. Fluid pipes on the edges. And I guess iron the rest. There we go. Our pump. And now there's one more thing we're going to need for this here. We're going to need a grate. Grate's not too hard to make. We're going to need some more iron bars real quick. This formation like so. Where's our fluid pipe? There it is. Actually gonna need 2 of these. I think I'm gonna need 1 or 2 more or less. So I'll grab 2 of those guys just to be safe. I want to go ahead and make up a battery box. So we're gonna need some BT batteries. Nickelite, copper, and tin. So was it like this? I just totally forgot that entire pattern. I don't even know. Yeah, that's not working anymore. Alright, so was it tin in the center and copper on top? Okay. My brain just went crazy on me. It's like, what are you doing? Alright, so we need, what, 4 of these guys? I only need 1 battery box, so not that many. 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's taken care of. And 4 BT batteries. We need 3 iron ingots, 1 blue alloy ingots. Let's grab a piece of gold or 2. Blue alloy ingots. Let's utilize our minium stone to make us up some more iron real fast. There we go. Pull him there to the side. And a piece of wood, which we have a piece of wood. Perfect. BT battery, BT battery. And let's see, iron, and our blue alloy ingot gives us our battery box. And last but not least, I want to make up some solar panels. So we're gonna need some more, the rest of our blue alloy ingots and some blue doped wafers. So all right, so we got our silicon bull in here, and get our diamond handsaw out. Cut these guys up into little tiny pieces like so. Silicon wafers, and we just basically get us some nickelite. So I'll just grab a couple stacks of nickelite, combine these guys together. Probably gonna need a couple more. That should probably be okay. And while that's making us up some blue doped wafers, we'll grab these guys, and we're also going to need probably some wool. We got some wool right here. And I believe we're just going to take these guys like this and surround it on the edges. And that gives us blue alloy wiring. We're going to be using this to hook up our battery box and our pump and all our stuff. A lot of little nitty gritty stuff to be making here. And let's go ahead and put some of this stuff away that we're not going to need. Like the glass. I'll resort that real fast. I think that's good. Oh, diamond handsaw goes in there. We'll go ahead and put the diamond draw plate in there as well. I think we can put the rest of those metals away. Went ahead and grabbed us some redstone engines as well. We're probably gonna maybe use some of those. Now this is gonna take a while, it looks like, so I'm gonna let it make up one more real quick because I'm gonna need, actually I think I got one in here. Yep. So we're going to surround the edges of this and place this a blue alloy ingot in the center. It's going to make us a solar panel. This is what we're going to use to power our battery box. So I'm going to let this finish up, and we'll be right back when it's done. All right, and we're back. I went ahead and made up the rest of the solar panels from the blue doped wafers we have cooking up still. I'm going to let that keep cooking up, and I'll probably use the solar panels for something else later on. But anyways, we're going to be making up another mining well, which is going to be making us up another pump. This is the configuration you need to make this guy up. Not too bad, just a little bit of iron and redstone. So we're going to grab him out real fast, put us a tank on top of that to make a tank. Just glass in the outside corner of a crafting square, and that'll make us another pump. So we're going to be using that in conjunction with the redstone engine, and that'll be pumping into our tank. So let's go ahead and get out there. It looks like it's kind of dark outside, so let's go ahead and take a little nap real fast. So you can see all the updates I need to go through. This is why we have not done modular power suits yet. That's the reason right there. So let's go ahead and head on over to where I want to do this at. Let's check our power suit levels. Looks like we need to charge up our jetpack just a touch. Oops. Hey, buddy. So you can see what we've done here. It looks a lot nicer, I think, with the grass there, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and head down this way. I need to charge up my jetpack. Oh, come on. Yeah, I know. I should have done this off camera. That'll be alright. It's only going to take just a quick second. And we're not going to go that far anyway, so. MFSU. I love you. We're not going to go in that song right now. Okay, that's good enough. Too much song for one episode, Bentley. Time to get scooting. Off, and away! Yeah, I'm a superhero. I totally could be. Alright, so where we're going to be going is, if you guys remember, we had this nice little open little water here. This is basically where we're going to be getting our water from. So we're going to be draining probably more or less most of this out with our pumping methods. So hopefully we can. And now I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, oh, Bentley, but it's so pretty. It's a nice spot. I know, but I want to do it for fun. More or less, if we wanted to later on, we actually could theoretically put it all back. So what I'm going to do is, yeah, I think that'll be fine like that. We'll just place our mining, or our pump right here. I was going to say mining well, but this is actually, and theoretically, our pump. And we're going to get our dirt back out. Actually, I probably don't really need it. It's already pulled out its little tube it's going to be sucking all the water up from. Let's go ahead and pull out the tanks here. We're actually going to be filling up these tanks here. Actually, probably going to... It should probably be good. Actually, let's go ahead and take 3, just in case. I have a feeling I might need these guys. Alright, so I have the fluid pipes here. I also have the liquid ducts here, but I also have the cobblestone waterproof pipe. Now, I know these guys are going to work. But theoretically, actually, I don't even really need this here. I might need it at the other side, though, actually, the way I'm thinking about it. Alright, so we're going to just do this kind of like the setup we have in the nether. We're going to use our phased waterproof piping. Place that guy on top. We're actually going to have the send only on -1. Frequency of -1, hello? Oh, I guess we can't go to negatives. I thought we could. Alright, we'll just do it on the 100. There we go. Nice and simplistic. And we'll use 3 redstone engines, because I think I might need 1 later on. So we're going to just do 3 for now. And I think I have some levers in my bag. I always try to make sure I leave some levers on me. And we'll just go ahead and plop these guys on. And that should be enough to go ahead and keep this water going and pumping some water. It might take a second for it to start pulling some water out just because the redstone engines are a little slow and it might actually need 4. Hope it doesn't. Could probably use the redstone energy cell and that'd probably go haywire, but oh, there it goes. Just takes a second. So it's pretty much going to pull as much water as it can out of this body of water, anything that's touching it. So we've got it set to 100. Let's go ahead and head back to our area. So next episode, I think what we're going to do, also before we finish this up, I'm going to try and next episode reform this and maybe our scrap area underneath, and we'll try to get us a nice little method of infinite cobblestone, more or less. So this is what we're going to be filling up. And let's see, let's go ahead and set it up on this. Actually, yeah, let's set it up on this. Well, I don't know. Yeah, we'll set it up on this side. That way we can run the path over this way, and we'll have the water tower either right here or on the other side. So we'll set up our area right here. Now we should be able to use the tanks here. I'd like to be able to see some water in here. Alright, so let's get our phase waterproof piping out, and we'll go ahead and use this for the time being. I might have to change this up a little bit later, just to see what's going to work the best. So we're going to set it to send and receive, and on our frequency of 100, so you can see our water's filling up here. Nice. Not bad at all. Now there are new tesseracts as well as part of, I believe, what is it, red power? And we can like transport pretty much either energy items or liquids, but as I said, I haven't updated, so I don't really have access to that right now, so I'm going to be working with what I got, maybe something a little bit more simplistic. So let's see what we can do. I want to try and see if I can't hook this guy up. Okay, that does not work. Alright, so if that doesn't work, maybe the liquid ducts can hook up to the blue electric pump. Okay, that did not lay down where I wanted it to. Alright, that might not work the way I want it to. Well, nonetheless, we're going to need to have our grate in here. Fluid pipe in here. One way or another, I'm going to figure out how to get this to work. So I think we're going to have to grate like that. Actually, does it need to be the other way around? I don't think I got my screwdriver on me either. Dang it. Alright, well, let me get that screwdriver. We're running a little low on time this episode, so let me go get that screwdriver. I'm going to double check some of my pipes to make sure I can maybe do this right, and I will be right back. Alright, guys, so I went ahead and got this working again. Or not again, but I finally got it working, and it really wasn't too far off from what I thought. So basically, this is how it's working. We have our pump over there picking up water, which is transporting it over here. That way we don't have to make so much pipe. And it's just easier on the, I guess, the world and frames per second. Probably the lag as well. So we'll transport it over here into this pump, where we're going to use the liquid ducts from thermal expansion to pull it out into our blue electric pump. This is basically what's going to be giving us power, is our blue electric solar panels, our bluetricity battery box, to our pump. This is the way it needs to be facing. And we'll go ahead and flip this guy so he's sucking some water out. We need to apply a redstone current to this liquid duct in order for it to start pumping out. Now that's going to apply it to start pumping outward. We're going to turn on this guy, and once we turn on our pump here from Bluetricity, it's going to start pumping and giving us water, I think. Wait, oh, there we go. Already had it on. So you see we got water filling up down there. And it's going to be placing water source blocks in there, which is awesome. You can see the water source blocks filling up. So basically, once this guy gets all drained out over there, we're going to have a full tank of water here. And what I'm going to do is, when I get some more glass, I'll try and get some more glass made up. I'll make us a nice little platform on top of this so we can just kind of monitor this. I might even, for the sake of this idea here, place in some markers on the side of the wall to kind of indicate maybe a little bit better water levels. I think that might be a cool idea. Even though, I mean, it's not really going to have any purpose, like I said. This whole contraption that I'm doing here is not really going to have much purpose, you know. We can make an infinite water source block, yeah, I know. Like I said, this is more just for aesthetic reasons, more for decoration, and just saying, hey, look, this is how this works. So this is kind of how this works if you want to transport water and use it this way. We also have the aqueous accumulator, I believe, which we could pretty much just make water easily and pump it out all day long, and that's from thermal expansion as well. But I just wanted to kind of run through this and see if this contraption actually worked. You guys might not even know it did. Some of you guys probably did. I wasn't sure if it would, but I'm sure in some of these pipes that there was some way to actually get this working the way I wanted it to. So you do need to make sure you have your grate down there at the bottom, and that's for it to allow the water to be pumped outward. So let's see how much water we got so far. We got about what? Enough to drown in. Enough water to drown in. So I'm going to leave this up to you guys, and what I'm thinking about, and if you guys want to see this, I'll leave the building for this, what I want to call the actual water station here, and the actual water tower. If you guys want to see me build that on an actual episode, let me know. I'll do it. Next episode, I do want to try and hit on fixing up the scrap problems that we're having, so try to look forward to that. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think about that whole idea. If you guys want to see me doing actually a little bit of building here in Tekkit Lite, let me know what you guys think. If you guys would rate the video, greatly appreciate it. Till next time, see you guys then. Goodbye.